What if the healthy breakfast you trust every single morning is the exact reason your blood sugar refuses to drop? And what if fixing this one mistake could start changing your numbers in just 24 hours? Did you know that the breakfast you have believed for years is healthy could be the exact reason your blood sugar is not going down? I am not talking about anything exotic or complicated. I am talking about that simple, humble food you have in your refrigerator right now, which, when used incorrectly, can send your blood sugar soaring, but when used properly, can become one of your most powerful allies in controlling it. Today, I'm going to reveal everything you need to know about eggs and diabetes, because there is a huge truth no one has told you, and it is affecting your numbers every single morning without you even realizing it. I know exactly how you feel. You take care of yourself. You try to eat well. You follow the advice you were given, but the numbers are still not where you want them. You test your blood sugar, and it is higher than it should be. You wonder what you are doing wrong. You are doing many things right, but there is one specific mistake with eggs that most diabetics make every single day, and once you know it and fix it, everything changes. This channel is dedicated to bringing you the latest evidence-based research on senior health in a way that is actually practical and easy to use. If you have not subscribed yet, I would encourage you to do that now so you never miss what we are covering. Let me tell you about a patient I will call Gloria. Gloria was 64 years old. She had been managing type 2 diabetes for 7 years. She ate 2 scrambled eggs every morning because her previous doctor had told her eggs were low in carbohydrates and therefore safe for diabetics. She was right about the carbohydrates, but what she did not know was that how she cooked those eggs and what she ate them with was pushing her morning blood sugar up. Every single day, her fasting reading was acceptable, but her post breakfast reading was consistently 40 to 50 points higher than it should have been. We will come back to Gloria because once we corrected 2 specific things about how she was preparing and eating her eggs, her post breakfast readings changed within the first week. Before I tell you the mistakes, here is what you need to understand. Eggs are one of the most nutritionally complete foods available. A single large egg contains approximately 6 grams of protein, 5 grams of fat, and less than 1 gram of carbohydrate. Because of that extremely low carbohydrate content, most people with diabetes assume eggs cannot raise their blood sugar. On their own, eaten simply, they largely cannot. But here is the truth most people miss. Blood sugar after a meal is not controlled only by carbohydrates. It is also affected by cooking method, what you eat alongside the eggs, and the timing of the meal. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that egg preparation methods significantly affected postprandial glucose and insulin responses in adults with type 2 diabetes. This is not a minor difference. Here are the 4 rules that change everything. Rule number 1, avoid frying eggs in refined oils or butter at high heat. This is the most common mistake and the one with the most direct impact on blood sugar after eating. When eggs are fried in vegetable oil, margarine, or butter at high temperatures, the cooking process produces oxidized lipids, particularly aldehydes and lipid peroxides. These oxidized compounds trigger an inflammatory response in the body within hours of being eaten. Inflammation directly impairs insulin signaling. When insulin signaling is impaired, your cells respond less efficiently to insulin, meaning more glucose stays in the bloodstream rather than being taken up into the cells. Research published in the journal Diabetes Care found that meals containing oxidized fats significantly increased postprandial blood glucose in individuals with type 2 diabetes, compared to the same meals prepared without oxidized fats. The correct cooking method is poaching, boiling, or light scrambling, with a small amount of extra virgin olive oil over low to medium heat. Poached and boiled eggs produce zero oxidized lipids because no additional fat is introduced, and the cooking temperature stays below the oxidation threshold. Scrambled eggs cooked gently over low heat with extra virgin olive oil produce minimal oxidation and benefit from olive oil's own anti-inflammatory polyphenols. Never fry eggs at high heat if you are managing diabetes. The difference in your post-meal reading from this single change can be 15 to 25 points. Rule number 2, never eat eggs alone. Always pair them with fiber. This is the second most impactful rule, and the one most people have never been told. Eggs contain almost no carbohydrates. Eating them alone means the meal has no dietary Fiber. Fiber slows food through the digestive tract and reduces the speed at which glucose enters the bloodstream. Without fiber, even a low carbohydrate meal, any residual sugars and the liver's own glucose release hit the bloodstream faster. Research from the journal Nutrients found that adding soluble fiber to egg based meals significantly reduced the postprandial insulin response and improved glycemic variability in adults with type 2 diabetes. The ideal fiber pairings for eggs are non starchy vegetables: spinach, kale, tomatoes, cucumber, or avocado. These add fiber, potassium, and magnesium without meaningful carbohydrate load. What to avoid pairing eggs with: white bread, processed cereals, or orange juice. These pairings are the primary reason many diabetics experience high post breakfast readings even when eating eggs. The eggs are fine. The toast and juice beside them are not. If you have made it this far, you are clearly invested. You want to see what happens next, but most viewers enjoy the content and scroll away without subscribing. If this one really means something to you, tap subscribe. It takes a second. If not, you will probably forget this channel exists and miss a lot of great educational content ahead. Over the years in my clinic, I have seen one simple truth. Real progress does not come from doing anything extreme. It comes from doing the right small things consistently every single day. That is exactly why I created the 30-day blood pressure reset for seniors. It is a simple, step-by-step plan designed to help support healthy blood pressure through gentle daily routines, light exercises, and clear guidance you can easily follow at home. Some of my patients, and even people who have already gotten the guide, have followed this exact structure and started seeing real noticeable improvements. You will actually see some of their feedback on your screen because I want you to hear it directly from them. Many of them have shared that they feel more in control of their daily habits, more confident about their blood pressure readings, and more at peace knowing they are finally doing the right things for their health. For many of them, it was not about drastic changes. It was about having a clear, simple plan they could actually stick to, and that is what made the difference. I am not opening this to everyone. I am only allowing 30 people to go through it right now because I want to follow up closely and see how each person is doing. If you feel like your current routine is not giving you the clarity or results you need, click the link in the description or scan the QR code on your screen to get your copy before all the spots are filled. And because you are part of this community, I have made it easier for you with a 70% discount. So you can get started without worrying about the cost. After you get your copy, drop your email and I will personally follow up with you, checking in and helping you stay consistent with the plan. Now let us continue with the remaining 2 rules. Rule number 3, eat eggs at the right time of day. Timing of egg consumption matters more for diabetics than most people understand. Cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone, is at its highest level in the first 60 to 90 minutes after waking. Elevated cortisol directly raises blood sugar by stimulating the liver to release stored glucose. This is called the dawn phenomenon, and it affects the majority of people with type 2 diabetes. Eating a high-protein meal like eggs during peak cortisol, which means within the first 30 minutes of waking, compounds this glucose release rather than countering it. Research published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that protein consumption during peak cortisol hours produced a higher insulin demand than the same meal consumed 90 minutes later. The practical instruction is to wait 60 to 90 minutes after waking before eating your eggs. During that window, drink water, take a short walk if possible, and allow your cortisol to begin its natural decline. Eating eggs after this window means your liver is no longer actively dumping glucose in response to cortisol, and the protein in the eggs can do its job of stabilizing blood sugar rather than competing with a cortisol-driven glucose spike. Rule number 4, how many eggs are safe for diabetics? This question causes enormous confusion and unnecessary fear. Let me give you the clear answer. A large prospective study published in the British Medical Journal, following over 200,000 adults, found no significant association between moderate egg consumption, defined as up to 1 egg per day, and increased risk of cardiovascular disease or worsening glycemic control in adults with type 2 diabetes. A separate study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that eating up to 12 eggs per week, did not adversely affect cardiovascular risk markers in adults with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes over a 12-month period. The evidence supports 1 to 2 eggs per day for most adults with well managed type 2 diabetes. The key qualifiers are the cooking method and what accompanies them, which we have already covered. If you're managing additional cardiovascular risk factors alongside diabetes, speak with your doctor about your individual egg intake appropriate for your profile. I promised I would come back to Gloria. We made 2 changes to her morning egg routine. She switched from scrambled eggs cooked in butter over high heat to poached eggs, and she replaced her white toast with a handful of spinach and half an avocado alongside the eggs. Nothing else changed in her morning routine. Within the first 5 days, her post breakfast blood sugar readings had dropped an average of 38 points compared to the previous week. By the end of the second week, her morning readings were within the target range her doctor had set for her 3 years ago. She said, I have been eating eggs every morning for 7 years thinking I was doing the right thing. 2 changes and my numbers look better than they have in years. That is the power of knowing the detail, not just the food, but how you cook it, what you eat with it, and when you eat it. Let me close with the 4 rules clearly stated. Cook eggs by poaching, boiling, or low heat scrambling with extra virgin olive oil. Never fry at high heat. Always pair eggs with non-starchy vegetables rich in fiber. Never eat them alongside refined carbohydrates. Wait 60 to 90 minutes after waking before eating. And eat 1 to 2 eggs daily as part of a balanced diabetic meal plan. Which of these 4 rules were you not following? Tell me in the comments. I read everyone. And if someone you know is managing diabetes and struggling with morning blood sugar despite eating eggs, share this video with them today. Before you go, think about this for a moment. Most people keep waiting for the perfect time to take their health seriously, but that moment usually never comes. That is exactly why I put together the 30-day blood pressure reset for seniors. It is designed to help you follow a simple, structured daily routine that supports healthy blood pressure without confusion or stress. Inside, you will find gentle exercises, practical daily habits, and a clear, step-by-step plan you can actually stick to. Some of my patients, and even people who have already gotten the guide, have followed this exact structure and started seeing real noticeable improvements. You will see some of their feedback on your screen because I want you to hear it directly from them. Many of them have shared that they feel more in control of their habits, more confident about their readings, and more at peace, knowing they are finally doing the right things for their health. For many of them, it was not about drastic changes. It was about having a clear and simple plan they could follow consistently, and that is what made the difference. Now, I am keeping this very limited. Only 30 spots are available, and 5 are already gone, which means just 25 spots are left. Once those spots are filled, I will close it. Everything shared in this video is general medical and nutritional information based on current published research in diabetes management and nutritional science. It is not personal medical advice for your individual situation. If you are managing type 1 or type 2 diabetes with medication or insulin, please consult your doctor or registered dietitian before making changes to your diet. Individual responses to food vary, and your doctor knows your specific health profile.